最近ずっと旅をしてるし、体調を崩してもおかしくないよな。そうだ、白術のところで見てもらおうぜ。白術のやついないみたいだな。
先生かい？今日は休みだから患者さんが来たら直接奥の部屋にって言ってたよ。
そうだったのか。おばあちゃん、ありがとな。奥の部屋に。
お二人とも
こいつなんかさっきそれにあんた
確かに。
Hey, what's up, Jace? Skirk's really broken, dude. I don't know about broken, but I mean, cause like, do we call Mavuika broken? Right? I mean, Mavuika still outputs, has a higher DPS ceiling than Skirk, and they are about in the same situation, right? Like, having their premium supports, like having their premium supports versus not having their premium supports is like very obvious. Have Mavuika. Should I get her weapon or wait for her support? Said Lali. You know, I was just thinking that, Nausea. I was actually just thinking that. I haven't spent any time looking up, like doing some research on like what the differences are. I currently have my Mavuika on Gravestone. I'm, I guess, one of the not so few lucky ones who have Gravestone. It's a very old weapon, so if you've been playing the game for quite at least some time, then you're bound to get at least one copy of Gravestone at one point. I don't have Sitlali, nor do I have Mavuika's weapon. I haven't heard of any talk about Sitlali reruns. I'm gonna have to wait until, like, if I suddenly start hear any talk about Sitlali rerun in 5.8 or whatever, then I will probably skip Mavuika's weapon. I'll be okay with Gravestone for a while. Because remember, Mavuika's an Archon, so she is way more likely to rerun more often than Sitlali. And here's another thing. Here's another thing too that you have to consider. That Sitlali provides. That Sitlali provides that her signature weapon doesn't. Remember her energy? Right? She doesn't use energy, right? So what does she use? She uses a thing called Fighting Spirit. So how do you get Fighting Spirit? So apparently using Phlogiston, or no, is it Phlogiston? I have no idea. Like, they have so many like energy types in Natlan. Whatever Natlan characters use up when they use like certain parts of their kit. So, and remember, if you don't have Mavuika C1, just Mavuika and Zelonen alone are enough to allow Mavuika to burst every rotation, right? Like, just from one use of Mavuika's skill and one use of Zelonen's skill, but that's not maximum fighting spirit. So you're actually... yeah, you're actually not at maximum fighting spirit yet. But if you have Zelonen, Sitlali, and Mavuika, even without C1, then like just one use of all three of their skills is enough to max out fighting spirit every time. Guaranteed. So yeah, Setlali is definitely a much bigger upgrade than to Mavuika than getting her signature weapon. Of course, that probably depends on what weapon you're on.
どういうことだ？お酒の
Yeah, probably depends on what weapon you're on. I'm on Gravestone, so yeah, I imagine the difference between Gravestone and 1,000 Blazing Suns is probably not nothing, but it's probably not like day and night. Plus, having Setlali on your account means that you get one more character to use in theater, which helps make team building a little easier in theater, and of course outside of theater as well. You have more characters equals more team building options, right? But again, right now there haven't been any talks of a Setlali rerun coming anytime soon. So it's good, and it's gonna be a while. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a while. So for now, especially because Mavuika is on the second half of 5.7, which, by the way, 5.7 just started yesterday, right? So we still have like what, about 6 weeks? Yeah, a little bit less than 6 weeks, for us to make a decision on it. My Mavuika has her weapon. It's really good, but it's still at level 60. Why? Dude, how? Mavuika's been out for like... how many months now? 5 months? 4 months? How's her weapon still on level 60? I did not think I would be... I would like Skirk. Skirk is pretty fun so far. Like, she's not... she's not as hard as I thought she would be to use. In fact, honestly, I thought it would be a lot easier to use her as in burst mode, like as her like burst playstyle, compared to her normal attack playstyle. But it's actually the opposite. Her burst playstyle is actually a lot harder to use, like because like you have to start your rotation by holding her E and then rotate through your other characters, and then when you swap back to her, you don't just press Q immediately. You have to hold E and then Q. Yeah, it's actually a lot harder to... I honestly thought it would be a lot easier to use her as just like how you would most typical freeze characters, you know, like Ayaka, like Ganyu. Well, Ganyu is a little different because you can choose to stay on the field with her doing spamming charged attacks. But like just like say like Morgana, right? Team Morgana back in the day, the rotations were like there was barely any time for you to do any charged attacks at all, so you just ended up like rotating through your skills in bursts endlessly. Honestly, I thought it would be a lot easier to just do that with Skirk, but apparently I was wrong. In fact, I actually really enjoy her normal attack playstyle. I have a problem with leveling my characters and weapons. Wow. I have 2 or 3 fully leveled weapons. The rest are level 80 or lower. Why? Are you short on Mystic Enhancement Ores? It's rumors. Oh, wait, you're doing a story quest? Wait, I don't do it yet. Bye. Oh, sorry about that, Jace. I just saw your message. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. I understand you don't want to get spoiled. Take care, man. Take care. Yeah, I actually already did her story quest twice already. Once yesterday. I didn't finish it though. Yesterday on stream, I didn't finish it on stream though. I ran out of time because I had to get to work. And I did it once again, the second time, last night off stream. It doesn't feel like getting the materials to send them. What materials are you lacking? Like overworld materials, or are you lacking the resin stuff? The resin materials. I guess I understand. Like if it's the overworld materials, yeah, I get it. I hate farming overworld stuff. Like it is the part of raising characters that I hate the most, especially newer characters, because newer characters means that their overworld materials, yeah, overworld materials, yeah, their overworld materials are newer, right? Which means like they come from mobs that only fought probably like a handful of times, which means I'm gonna have to like literally open up an interactive map and keep alt tabbing between Genshin and my interactive map. I'm an Arlecchino main and her weapon still level 80 because I hate doing the night enemies in Fontaine. Night enemies, Fontaine? Hang on. Night enemies? The robots? What are night enemies? Oh, huh? What? The golems? The ones in like underground / underwater Fontaine? Those ones? You know, honestly, I do actually, while I hate doing it, but I do, if a character is significant enough, I do actually put up with it. It's the thing that I hate farming the most are the enemies that like when you open an interactive map to look at their locations and you see like 1,000 of them, those are the enemies that I don't like farming, because Hoyo has balanced their drop rates to how many of them are on the entire map. And like for example, if I'm short on hilichurl arrowheads, there's like 1 million of them on the entire map. Which means it actually, I've noticed this. I haven't like taken note of it, right? But I feel like I get drops like about slightly less than 50% of the time. I get drops like from 2 out of 5 hilichurls. I feel like it feels like I only get drops from 2 out of 5 hilichurls. But what I love farming are the ones where like when you open an interactive map and you look at their locations and you see like 8 of them on all of Tevat. Those are the ones that I love the most, because like each one that you go to drops like a dozen. Like the Serpent Knights, right? Like they're only like literally a handful of areas that they spawn in. They drop so many each time. I don't remember ever having to farm the golems, like the night golems in like underground Fontaine. I don't know how, but I somehow had enough to level up, or like to fully level up Arlecchino. I didn't have her weapon. I don't have her weapon. Thankfully, my first account has Jade Cutter, and so far I'm happy with just White Tassel. But so far I had enough to fully level her up, crown her skill. No. Wait, what's my? I think I crowned her normal attack talent and level 9'd her skill and burst. Yeah, like somehow I don't remember if leveling up talents requires those materials. But yeah, like I somehow had plenty. I guess maybe that's because like whenever I do like exploration, whenever I go look for oculi, I do exploration. When I'm doing like big quests, like character quests, big world quests, Archon quests, etc. I usually like not every single one that I pass by, but like I kill like most of the stuff that's like directly in my way. And I pick up every single drop that they drop. Side quest that has the kitty in it is on the island too. Kitty. Oh, that one. Yeah. The side quest that had to do with the cat that took you to the Sea of Bygone Eras. I do that with ley lines. I hardly ever farm ley lines, so, but yeah, I kill everything. Like obviously you have to clear ley lines, but even like sometimes, right, when you're doing ley lines, sometimes like there'll be some like random mobs that get caught up in the fight. I actually also clear those, and I pick up everything that everyone drops.
あのデカっぱなじいさんの
もう
まあまあ。学校
Le creature.
ダイビングだよ。今日は
Hey, you know what? Speaking of creature, so these stand-ins for what seem like stand-ins for Skirk and her family. Like so, her family stand-ins are like just what, shadows, right? But the stand-in for what seems like Skirk, looks like a Sealy, and this little guy that's like. So I didn't read, right? I didn't really pay attention to the story. But what little that I did pay attention to, what little that I did catch, was it seemed like this little Sealy looking thing. Okay, this little Sealy looking thing looks like Skirk's guide through Tevat.
早くなんか
Through what I'm assuming, because remember, like, there was that footage where Skirk found our drawing on the beach, right? Like when it all started, like we drew something on the sand on the beach of Mondstadt. So did Skirk go through a similar adventure as we did? And like this little thing was Skirk's Paimon?
誰もここから逃がすな。
But like Skirk's stand-in though, Skirk's stand-in, like all of these look like shadows and stuff. But Skirk's stand-in to like showcase like her, I guess like her past, her memories or whatever. It looks like a Sealy. And remember, I heard from somewhere about lore stuff, right? That apparently Sertology tasked Skirk with finding the guy responsible for what happened to the Sealies of Tevat. So that kind of makes me think that like was Skirk a Sealy? Like and there have been theories that Sealies on Tevat were not originally like well the way they are now. She didn't. She was alone throughout her journey. Could be. But she locked off that spirit to block off her emotions. So I don't know.
ここだ。他の部隊にもほ。
I'm always out of XP books. I'm in the middle of leveling my Yoimiya to 90, so I've been doing the blue bubbles for books. Cloud, question: how actively do you play?
やめろと言う。
I've played very actively since not day one, but close to day one. And I've only ever farmed ley lines whenever there's like a ley line what's the event thing where they give you double drops stuff? Ley line overflow. Whenever there's a ley line overflow. And the one other time that I did farm ley lines was not necessarily ley lines. There was this event from like way back in the day before Inazuma. There was this the Oceanid event. Yeah, there was this Oceanid event from way back in the day before Inazuma, where you could use your resin to farm. You could use your resin to fight. Okay, so obviously there's like the regular fight that's part of the event, but at the same time, the fight was still there in the overworld. Like you could still go fight it, and you could actually like claim rewards using resin. And the rewards were, I believe they were XP books. Yes, they were XP books, and I did them just some basic like napkin math on it, and you got more XP books per amount of resin through that event than you did doing regular ley lines. So the whole time that event was up, I spent all my resin on that event, and it was about a week, I think. And other than that, yeah, I've never ever like farmed ley lines. And so far, I haven't ever fallen short on XP books. Now, granted, I am rather picky about which characters I pull for, which characters I raise. Like, for example, if you go into... Now, I'm on my second account, so this is the account that I have... my account that has the least number of characters. And the least number of characters that I've raised. So, I have quite a bit more... I have... Well, not quite a bit, but like a few more characters raised than this one on my first account. And so far, I've never run out of XP books. Yeah, this is like how many characters I've raised. Yeah, I don't know. Like, am I doing something wrong? Or like, am I doing something right that a lot of people aren't doing? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty much confirmed that Sealies were never like this before they came. It has been pretty much confirmed, yeah. I mean, not like in our face confirmed, but like confirmed like on like a how Hoyo normally tells lore kind of level. Like you'd have to dig it up in like quests or books in the game to see where it's actually confirmed. But yeah, it's confirmed. What? Oh, is it? What? I wish you could just nivelette. I wish you could just nivelette this thing. Like you could just. I haven't been on in a while. Oh, I see. Just came back for Skirk. Got Yomiya the day before Skirk's banner came. Oh yeah, that's right. You said that yesterday. And before that, what? Before after I get Versa. What? Leveled up. I took a break. I even missed this year's Lantern Night. I was so crazy. I really farm ley lines, but I always find myself with an excess of a few thousand books. Few thousand. Yeah. You know, honestly, like, dude, when about 2 years ago is when I finally when I decided that like I was gonna stop being stingy with like XP books and Mora. Cause like I was like super stingy. And when I say stingy, I mean like I only fully like leveled to 90 HP scaling characters because they were the only characters that gained the most from like being leveled all the way to 90. HP scaling and like characters that did transformative reactions like overload, dendro teams, hyper bloom, etc. Aggravate and spread characters as well. But everyone else like Ayaka, Ganyu, Raiden Shogun, Xiangling, Bennett, I only leveled them up to 80 out of 90, and like I left them like that for like 3 years. And about 2 years ago I finally decided, like I don't know, I got bored. I was like, what the heck else am I supposed to do in this game? So I just got bored and I'm like, okay, I was looking at my XP books. I think I had like I had somewhere around like 4,000 or 5,000 heroes wits, like the big ones, like the 20k XP ones, and like the red, smaller like 5k XP books. I had like 7,000 or 8,000 of them. I was like, what am I? And I had like a bunch of Mora, so I was like, I guess it's about time that I started like maxing out characters. I know I wasn't gonna gain much from them, but whatever. I'm bored. Just wanted something to do. Got lucky. Dahlia, 4 pills now. You can save the rest for I'll hate them. Hey, nice. Congrats, Spider. You know, I gotta say, Dahlia C6 seems very support-like, honestly. Yeah, honestly, like it really feels like what a support would do, right? Like if it were like a real life adventure kind of thing, like isn't that what a support would do? Like either like heal you or protect you from getting hurt, like a shielder, or like they keep you from dying, which is literally what C6 Dahlia, C6 Barbara, C6 Chi-Chi, because like you don't like boom like die and then instantly come back to life. If like you instead like C6 Chi-Chi seems like everyone dies and then like you decide when you want to bring them back to life. It's like it feels a lot more like a resurrection instead of like keeping them from dying. Hey, Sumik. How's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while here. How have you been? I'm also always running out of Mora. Well, yeah, and that's why I asked earlier, like, how actively do you play? You said that you have been off for a while now. You just came back for Skirk now. If you play actively and you do all the events, you like you pick up like every little like piece of Mora every now and then, right? Like you do daily check-ins, you do like surveys. They give you like 20k Mora. You like share links to like I don't know, like you share links. And you don't even have to like necessarily like share them. You actually just have to literally just copy them. Use their like the built-in like copy thing that they provide, and then that'll still like consider it as you shared it. Why? Oh my god, why? Oh my god, hey! It didn't hit a single one! What do I need to hit these things? Jeez, this sword attack is terrible. It just swipes up. Like kids today with TikTok. Like swipe up, it doesn't hit anything horizontally. Spikes. Why won't... Oh my god. What is the range on this thing? It looks like it goes out like really far, but it doesn't seem to. It doesn't hit anything. Like when you're a certain distance away. It's not the Archon quest. Yeah, no, it's it's story. It's Skirk's story quest. C1 Arlen Tainari. Now I'm at 34 pity. Speaking of pity, hey guys, I couldn't resist last night. I couldn't resist. I went ahead and pulled for Skirk on my third account. I wanted to do it today on stream. I just couldn't resist. I did it last night anyway. And guess what? I lost my fourth 50-50 in a row. I was upset they didn't give us a ghost thingy at the end too. Ghost thingy? Oh, like a little like floating pet thing. That would have been cute. That actually would have been really cute. But I don't remember them ever giving us a pet like that through a quest. From what I remember, it's always been through an event. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I don't really like ever use those things, so I don't remember. Mini Durin is a playable character, though. No. Well, they gave him a character model, a humanoid character model that has wings and horns. So if they wanted to, now they could, because now he has a humanoid character model. Is it weird that I find Hilitrolls cute? They are actually kind of cute. Like if you just like watch over them, like if you just if you just like watch them for a while, like it's actually kind of cute. Like they look like kids. It's speculated he will be playable. That'd be nice. Question, by the way. So like playable, right? Playable, usually you can't get like a playable character in the game if so far if they don't have one of the quote-unquote playable character model designs. So for example, when the Ito's original drip marketing showed him with like big beefy arms, right? But we we've never had a character model like that. It's always been like the Diluc Kaya tall guy with skinny arms character model, and the only reason why Diluc and Kaya don't look like they have noodle arms is because of their clothes. But Ito didn't have sleeves, right? It was just his bare arms. And when Ito came out, he had like stickman arms. Literally had like stickman arms. So and now recently they have been coming out with out of the usual character models, like Varesa, right? Varesa, for example, and Yansan are the ones that come to mind when that come to mind as quote unquote unusual character models. And Al-Haytham was a little different as well, right? Like Al-Haytham looked like he had slightly beefy arms, even though like he was, yeah, actually, you know what? Al-Haytham did have a different, different arms than your typical like tall male character model, because Al-Haytham didn't have sleeves, and you could clearly, like, it wasn't just clothes that made him look beefy. And before, originally, like when we first saw Skirk, like in the Fontaine Archon quest, when we were fighting the Narwhal with Nivelette, we saw her and she looked like she had the Lumine character model, right? Like this short-ish, but curvy female character model. And a little bit after that, about a month or two after that, I heard some talk about Skirk getting a new character model, like the Lumine character model, but taller. And I'm looking at these two right now next to each other, and Skirk does look like she's a little taller. Skirk does look like she's a little taller than Ether here. Now, why I went all the way around, like from mini Durin playable like to that, is because if Hoyo had never released Alhaitham to be that character model, Varisa to be that character model, Eon-san to be that character model, and Skirk here to be this character model, that would tell me that, okay, well, Mini Durin doesn't have a quote-unquote playable character model. But since they have, it's possible. It's very, very possible that Mini Durin, who has wings and has horns, from what we've seen from the cutscene, his like body type seems to be like a short, like a Kazuha or an Ether character model. Just with horns and wings. So it's very, yeah, may very well be possible. I want the fowl to be... sorry. You spelled fowl as in like Fowl, which, you know, literally means like dead bird, like food. Like bird that we hunted to turn it into food. You mean foul, Foul. My Skirk is electro, not cryo. Oh god. Kenichi, I think you might have to take that back into the shop. Yeah, I think you might have to take that thing back into the shop, man. There's something wrong with it. Something wrong with your Skirk if she's electro. You know, if Zhongli wasn't tied in all of this nonsense contracts, he would smoke Abyss Order, including the foul. Lore-wise, I don't know. Like the foul and like the Hexen ladies are very powerful in their own right. Like, think about it. Alice literally made the Golden Apple Archipelago. Like, she didn't make the islands, right? But she made it into like a sort of like theme park attraction for us to explore. And Alice and Mona's master? What's her name? I don't remember. Alice and Mona's master literally made this weekly boss just to test us. Just to test Ether and Albedo. And they didn't even like show up. They were like inhabiting like Dodoko like plushies to do it. Her sprint while in her infused form looks pretty, like, it moves really fast. I still don't like the fact that she looks like a mermaid or a fish, like Kokomi. But because like I wanted Skirk to be just 100% cool. I didn't want her to look like a doofus, be looking like a fish. Make Albedo do 100% of the fight. I was off Genshin for a bit. I mainly played Star Rail and Wuthering Waves. Really didn't like Wuthering Waves at first, but actually, it's actually good. I think, yeah, if you enjoyed Wuthering Waves, you probably might enjoy ZZZ as well, because HSR is like, it's basically like, it's a turn-based game, right? It's a turn-based like game, like, and like imagine those like online like web-based like gacha games from like the early to mid 2000s or 2010s that disappear in like a year after taking all your money. That's that's sort of what HSR looks like to me, but just the AAA version of that.
先ほどから狙いは私のようだ。私に届くとでも？いやまさか。
I thought Skirk's story would be badass, but she's got a very sad backstory. You know, I really did think that they would just give her like a really like cool badass kind of story, and like I'm not disappointed. I just didn't want to see like another like sad backstory of like a young innocent girl that Ether had to come and cheer up again. We've seen plenty of that already. I'm not disappointed. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. It makes Skirk a lot more relatable, especially because like Skirk is like a very aloof kind of like character. Her characterization is like very aloof, very disconnected and stuff. And I understand why they did it. Is to give her something that the fans could like connect to, and I understand that. But I just like that's not my image of Skirk in my head was just this like really like badass trainer lady who trained Tartaglia, battle maniac, in well combat, and I wanted to see only that side of her. But hey, then again, that's my preference. ZZZ2, been playing it since it came out actually. Oh, I see. Akron Quest, Skirk Story Quest, both made me tear up, yo. Skirk equals Akron. That is what some people are saying. Like they are like mirror images of each other. You know, last night when while I was doing this off stream, like what I just like randomly glanced at that dialogue, and Skirk was like I'll let you lead the way this time. Like in my head, I'm gonna hide behind you this time. You stay in front of me, I'm gonna hide behind you. That was like for some reason that was what was in my head. Oh my, okay, well. I didn't think it would hit me in the air. I think I just thought it would just hit me in the on the ground. I thought like it would jump over it, I'd be fine. I guess not. I guess not. Skirk becoming a second Paimon with that line. I'll let you take the lead this time, because like Paimon never like openly admits that like, hey, I'm scared, protect me. Right? She's always like, I'll let you take the lead this time. Paimon just ate!
I can't fight right now. I'm gonna let you take the lead this time.
Hey, have you guys heard her new voice? Paimon's new English voice? Nothing wrong with it, but like she doesn't seem like she just seems like another person to me. Doesn't seem like a unique character anymore. While I did not hate her like squeaky annoying voice, I think it wasn't the voice that I hated the most. I think it was mostly like her characterization, like that she just didn't really seem helpful at all ever, other than like stealing all of Aether's and Lumine's lines. Right, instead of like me being able to like actually listen to the real MC talk, instead like I just keep hearing Paimon. That was the worst part for me. While I didn't like listening to like the overly squeaky voice, but I thought it gave for me it gave Paimon like her identity. But I guess it doesn't affect me that much because like I play Japanese audio. Ever since the whole like I noticed like some characters were muted in the quest, like in the Natlan quest, Natlan Archon quest. I was like, oh no way, I'm playing that like this. That's garbage. I really don't like Paimon's new voice. It just doesn't feel right without her high-pitched, joyful voice. For me, it just seems like her identity at this point. And like Paimon's new voice just sounds like someone. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like obviously like Genshin is like in this like fantasy like RPG world, right? And like there are like these fantasy creatures, and Paimon's like a tiny baby, like a tiny talking floating baby, right? So she is a sort of creature, like humanoid looking creature, and her voice sort of in my head associates that voice with Paimon's identity, whatever she is. And without that voice, it just seems like she just sounds like a dude, like someone. She just sounds like another person. No hate on the VA, it just doesn't sit right with me. Emergency food or for Aether? That's the reason he lets her talk. Like maybe like whatever Paimon is, like maybe talking is like her food, and it's what keeps her healthy. Right? It's where she gets nutrients from. And then like maybe Aether's just like, okay, just keep talking, keep getting fatter and fatter. One day I'm gonna harvest you. How long is the quest, by the way? Not Skirk's character quest, but the Dainsleif quest. How long is it? Like skipping all dialogue. Like how long is it? Does it take an hour? Hour 30? Will I have enough time for that? Probably not. Because as far as I remember, I'm about a little bit over halfway done with this one, with Skirks. Oops. If you sit through it, an hour 30. Sorry, what do you mean by sit through it? Like I just let all the dialogue autoplay and not skip any of it? I'm at a sleepover and my friend is sleeping, so I have the volume off. Okay, well you probably off means you're not hearing this lady Kaitsuke. I never really know how to read that. Is that supposed to be Ske or Suke? Maybe less. Really? Okay, so it's not that long then. All right, that's fine. That's fine because like I really want to. So reason why I'm doing Skirk's quest here, I'm on my second account by the way, is because so that I can get the free like ascension materials, because I only pre-farmed Skirk up to like I pre-farmed for Skirk, but I counted the free stuff that we get by doing her story quest. So I have everything that I need to max out Skirk, except for the 6 world boss materials. So I wanted to do that before I pull for her on this account. Oh yeah, that's right. Not to mention, I haven't even gotten her stuff ready yet. I haven't even gotten her artifacts ready, her weapon. Yeah, okay. I'm having second thoughts now on whether or not I have enough. And of course we lag out. Okay, there. I'm definitely having second thoughts on whether or not I have enough time today to do Imaginative Theater. At least one run of Imaginative Theater, one run of Abyss, and like both Skirk's story quest here and the Dainsleif quest. I'll probably only have enough for Skirk's quest here and Dainsleif's quest. And if I'm lucky, I might have enough time for one run of Abyss. Pre-farming without knowing if I'm going to get her, because I'm not guaranteed and I have low pity. Maybe I'll get lucky and get an early, but if not, I'm done for. Well, you still have like what, almost 3 weeks to go, so and a bunch of events to go through. You have some, and remember, like the main event usually comes like early in the patch, comes in the first half of each patch. So you have around 1,000 primos from that, and like 2 smaller events, you have 1 tentpole. Don't know how much this is gonna help though, but hey, you have 1 tentpole, so that's something. Of course, you're like all your dailies as well, so you probably have like somewhere around 15 pulls by then. Before the patch, or before the banner goes away. Only thing I'm not pre-farming right now is her boss material, because I'm still leveling up Yomiya, and I've been using my resin on her. You know, I'm kind of annoyed that okay, every now and then I get kind of annoyed whenever I don't farm artifacts, because especially when a certain thing happens, right? Like when I have to stop farming artifacts because I have to pre-farm for an up-and-coming character, or I have to farm for a character that I haven't raised but suddenly need right now. And I just so happen to just very recently strongbox. Because whenever you strongbox, right, you get a bunch of artifacts that have potential, right? Which means you're gonna need a lot of artifact fodder to level them up. And it's really annoying that like I suddenly have to build new characters, which I don't have an artifact set fully ready for just yet, and now I suddenly have to raise a few artifacts, and I don't have any artifact fodder. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm actually really happy that there's finally a new character that came that I actually think is worth raising and fully investing into, committing into investing into, because it's such a breath of fresh air to use my resin for something other than condensing it and farming a domain over and over again. It's such a breath of fresh air to use your resin for anything other than artifacts. Rav Farina is Coffee. Should I use Xingqiu? I don't know the correct spelling. Ormo? No, it's Skirk. RTX, do you have... Okay. The fact that you're asking means you have Skirk, which means you pulled on her banner. Did you get at least one copy of Dahlia? If you did, then you might as well use Dahlia, especially if you have Calamity of Eshu. Do you have Calamity of Eshu? What's your sword on Escoffier? Or sorry, what? Skirk. If you're using Calamity of Eshu, then you're gonna definitely need a shielder, and Dahlia is really good as a shielder actually, because like he doesn't have the strongest shield, but what his shield does is when it breaks, it refreshes instantly. So you're like, I think up to 4 times, and it's not paper thin. I don't have a good weapon. What swords do you have? If you've been playing for if you've played actively for some time now, like since 5.0, yeah, since around 5.0, then you probably, and like you do all the events, and you do all the events and stuff, then you probably have Calamity of Eshu. And if you do, and especially, yeah, Calamity of Eshu and its refined materials, definitely get that weapon to R5, level it up, put it on Skirk. It is her best 4-star weapon. I keep forgetting Dahlia is a boy. Huh. I guess Venti does attract a certain crowd, huh? Because remember, Dahlia is Venti's friend. In fact, Dahlia actually knows that Venti is Barbados. I haven't played that Archon quest. The Archon quest that with Albedo, like the Albedo trial thing. You haven't played that one? Oh, the court case, yeah. I'm using the craftable weapon from Fontaine for Skirk. I see. Okay. Well, in that case, then you don't need to use Dahlia. Then, in that case, you don't need to use Dahlia. But if you do have Calamity of Eshu, then I would definitely recommend using that, and like putting Dahlia in with the team.
業で身につけた技忘れていないだろうな。道あふれよ力を。
What constellation is this? Oh, nice. Oh, I didn't absorb it quickly enough. Oh, I did not know it would attack like that.
無に帰す力を。
Hey, what's up, Grant? Good to see you, man. Okay, yeah. Can you show the weapon? Sure, in a sec. After this, cutscene. So anyway, if you don't plan on using Calamity of Eshu, if you have it anyway, because the weapon that you have now is still pretty good. It's still a pretty good weapon for Skirk. It's one of her best 4 stars as well. Then between Mona and Xingqiu, so since you're putting her in a team with Furina, Xingqiu's energy requirements are going to be a little lower than solo Xingqiu, right? Because there's going to be Xingqiu and Furina generating particles in the team, especially if your Furina is on Fab Sword. So, especially if your Furina is on Fab Sword. So if you can like switch up your Xingqiu's build a little bit and try to get him a little more crit ratio, and like take away some ER on Xingqiu and put it into crit damage, then Xingqiu will be as good as Mona. Yeah, like damage wise. But obviously, Xingqiu also has like his defensive capabilities, right? Like the rain swords, the damage reduction. Xingqiu still has all of that. So even if you don't like switch up his build to make Xingqiu do a little more damage than usual, you still have Xingqiu's defensive capabilities. So it's up to you. It's up to you. But damage-wise, Xingqiu does fall behind Mona a little bit. If you just want to dish out the most amount of damage, then definitely Mona. Especially if you're, I'm gonna assume that your Furina and Escoffier are not on, like either of them, like one of them is not. Yeah, none of the two are on 4-piece Noblesse. So you're gonna want 4-piece Noblesse on Mona, either 4 Noblesse or what's it called? 4 Millilith is fine. 4 Millilith doesn't have very good uptime with Mona because Mona's skill uptime is very short. But you could also make do with just 4 Noblesse. Yeah, so damage-wise, if you don't just want to dish out as much damage, then definitely go with Mona. Mona 4 Noblesse or 4 Millilith and TTDS. And for a slightly more defensive option, then definitely Xingqiu. Yeah, but if you ever plan on using Calamity of Eshu, then definitely go for Dahlia. I go. It's late where I'm at right now. Have a good rest of the stream. RJ, bye. Also, I didn't know this, but Dainsleif's Japanese VA is the same as Nanami's from Jujutsu Kaisen. Really? Japanese VA? Man, they use the most popular VAs, man. Alright, hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Cloud. Take care, man. Okay, Here is the weapon, by the way. Swords. Can I find it quickly? Will I be able to find it quickly? No. Oh, here. Okay. There it is. Looks like that. Calamity of Eshu. Protected by shield. Normal charge stocks plus... remember, this is R1. So this is normal charge stocks plus 40%. And normal charged attack crit rate plus 16%. But if you're shielded. If you're shielded. You have it. Okay. Then I would recommend using that. and raise Dahlia as your 4th character on the team. Your Dahlia, if you ever do... Okay, how do you feel about your Farina's energy situation? Do you occasionally not have enough energy to burst every rotation? If yes, then hey, Dahlia even better, right? Like your Dahlia is gonna help out your Farina with energy. Dahlia has a very simple playstyle. Just try do your best to build him up to 40k HP to get the maximum amount of attack speed from him, because Dahlia gives your on-fielder attack speed. Farina energy is 170. I think that's good. I think that's good. In that team, especially in that team with somebody else making energy for her. My Farinas all have somewhere between 190 to 210 energy. Okay, great. We have it, boys. We have her. Where is it? What did I get? Oh, yeah, this thing. Use. What happens when we use it? Does it disappear? I don't want. I want to keep it. I don't want to. I don't want it to disappear from my inventory. We're doing it right now. Well, I already did on my other accounts. Yeah, I already did on my 1st and 3rd accounts. I did it on my 1st account yesterday, on stream, and I did it on my 3rd account last night off stream. So what's our pity at? Probably very low, because I very recently just got a Scofier. Yeah, okay. 7 pity, so that was 17. Let's go for 27. Can we get an early? No, I have not had good luck since yesterday. I did not have very good luck, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible because so I had to go to close to 90 pity. No, not close. So somewhere around 80 pity. Lost 50-50, got a Tainari, but somewhere around 50 I got my guaranteed. Yeah, and I also wanted Shenhe. And I got my Shenhe on 50-50. I won 50-50 on my 1st account. This was 37, I believe. Okay, nice. Dahlia. Somewhere around 70 or 60 pity. So total of 180-ish wishes, 3 5-stars. 2 of the ones that I wanted and 1 standard. It wasn't a terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't a terrible wishing session. Sackbow. Was that Sackbow? Why did it look? It looked different. Maybe because it's level 1. So was that 47? Was that 47 or 57? I lost count already. I really would like to have a C6 Dahlia, but since I'm not gonna be pulling that much on these banners, I'm not expecting to get anywhere close to C6 Dahlia. Closest I got is C4 on my first account yesterday because I wished both on Skirk's and Shenhe's banners. But I'm, definitely not expecting it on my third and second accounts here. Wow, dude, they are really making me work for it, man. They're really, really making me work for it. I think this is like 80 now. Yeah, of course, it's going to be a 5-star. Oh my god, I lost 50-50. But hey, it procced. Okay, let's count how much our pity was. Okay, 2. Alright, so we have 8 pity built up. Yay, Sakbo. Thanks. Okay, but hey, you know what? Thank you, Capturing Radiance. I appreciate it. You know what? That probably procced because I've probably lost 50-50 3 times in a row. Let's check. Let's check. How many times have I lost? Okay, there's 1. Although it was very early, though. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hoyo. 1 50-50. 1 50-50 loss recently. Let's see. How many 50-50s have I lost to proc... what's it called? Capturing Radiance today. Oh, so that was 1 so far. 2. Do we have 3? Do you have 3? Do we have any offers for 3? Going 2 50-50 losses in recent history. Going once. Going twice. No. Okay. Okay. Oh, I got lucky. I got lucky. Because, so last night, like earlier, about half an hour ago, I talked about how I've lost 50-50. Last night, I couldn't help myself. I just went ahead and wished for Skirk off stream on my third account. And I got it. I got my 5-star. But it was a 50-50 loss. But I got saved by Capturing Radiance. And then I checked my history, and apparently I've lost 3 50-50s in a row on my third account. And so from what we've understood of how Capturing Radiance works, so people were saying like, oh, 50-50 is gone, it's not a 50-50 anymore, it's a 55-45 now, and like, it's not true. It's like BS. It's BS. It's not true. It's not 55-45. It's still 50-50, because how Capturing Radiance works is obviously, like, sure, there's a tiny chance that Capturing Radiance will take your 50-50 loss and then like change it into a win, right? But it's like the odds of it proccing on on your first 50-50 loss are basically 0, and then the odds of it proccing on a 50-50 loss go up as you keep losing 50-50s. The odds of it proccing on your second 50-50 loss in a row are still really low, but they're definitely higher than when they are your first 50-50 loss. Your third 50-50 loss, from what people are saying, it's somewhere around 60 or 70% chance to proc on your third 50-50 loss in a row. And I guess I got lucky-ish today because it procced on my third 50-50 loss instead of waiting for me to lose another 50-50. But from what people understand is it seems to be 100% chance to proc on your fourth 50-50 loss in a row, which happened to me last night on my third account. Thankfully, I didn't have to go to 4 50-50 losses on my second account here today. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. And hey, along the way, you also got, I believe, 2 copies of Dahlia. Not bad, not bad. C6 really would have been nice, but hey, I can't complain. At least Dahlia is still quite usable. Where's my... Do I not have... Oh, here. Okay. Where is... Okay. There. And you.
では少し歩くとしよう。
go for the weapon. No, I can't go for the weapon on this account. I don't have Mavuika yet on my second and third accounts. And remember, Mavuika is going to be in the second half of 5.7. So I'm going for her. I'm going for her on the this patch. Can you check my Skirk? What's wrong with your Skirk, Doyoung? Is there is there any contraband on your Skirk that you need me to check it? Like, what am I, airport security? No. Okay. Just kidding. Like, what's wrong with it? I mean, if you're on Hunter set, if you're on Mercia Hunter, if you can get anywhere at least like 30 crit rate, and like once she's fully leveled up, get like 180 crit damage. That's it. Like that's like the minimum, like very minimum good Skirk. Any higher than that is all good. Harbinger Dawn. Hey, why are you using Harbinger Dawn, man? That is a lot of crit rate. Wait, okay, it's fine, it's fine. I thought you were on Hunter set. I thought you were on Hunter set for a second there. So 28, hang on, how much is that? 41.9 plus 28. Okay, plus Cryo Resonance. 84, 85. That's okay. That's okay. Minus 46.9. Okay, that's good. That's good. Unfortunate though, low base attack weapon. Unfortunate low base attack weapon, but it is what it is. Don't you have Calamity of Eshu? How much does Calamity give again? 16 plus 15, 61. User and freeze team, Dahlia still low level. I have it, but I don't have a shielder. Oh, I see. Okay. Hang on. But hang on. So how much crit rate does Harbinger give again? 28, right? Okay, so 41.9 minus 28. No. 41.9 plus 16. Yeah, 16. Yeah, plus 15. So your crit rate is gonna go down from whatever it is now with Harbinger Dawn to somewhere around 73, which is still acceptable, right? It's still like very end game acceptable. But your like base attack is gonna be way higher than what it is now. And of course you're gonna have the damage percent that you get with Eshu, which is good. All right, but you know, like Harbinger Dawn, fine. It's really like one of the better stat sticks in the game, like despite being a 3-star weapon. Give me some primos. Sure thing. When I become a billionaire. When I become a billionaire, HMS, I'll do that for everyone here. Now, if y'all could just send some super chats along my way, enough super chats to earn me like $1 billion, then like I'll give everyone primo gems here. Sure. Anyway, AXG, your Skirk. The only problem I have with your Skirk is crit rate. You're not on Hunter set, which means the crit rate you have now is it is what it is, plus 16 from Eshu. And 15 from Cryo Resonance, and 30.7 plus 15 from Cryo Resonance plus 16 is 61%, which is, I would say, like bare minimum for like mid game. Like when your crit damage is somewhere around 140, 150. But like in like this is like a low 90 Skirk on an AR 58 account. All your other characters are 90s, including Skirk. I would definitely say you're a little low on the crit rate. Your circlet has a lot of HP. Yeah, I would recommend like if you have any circlets that have like at somewhere around like 200. Sorry, what 200? At least like somewhere around at least 15 crit damage. Then I would definitely recommend swapping to that. Cause hang on, how much would that be? So you are at 222.1 minus 60.2 plus 31.1. Okay, so 191. So you would immediately go from hang on, 191 crit damage. Okay, so what was that again? Did I say 69.7 plus 16 plus 15? Okay, minus 7 plus 31.1. So you'd go from whatever your crit ratio is now to 86, 191, which I would say is definitely a lot more 1 to 2 ratio. A lot closer to the 1 to 2 golden ratio. Use the feather thing for artifact rerolling. No, I haven't yet. I don't want to go through I really do not want to go through all my artifacts to know which one I should use it on first. I really don't want to. Just dude, look at how many artifacts I have. Like, do you think I'm gonna be able to go through all of that? And remember, I just recently strongboxed. Look, I even have it at like set to like when in order of when they were obtained, right? These are all my artifacts. I'm not gonna get through this in a year. I just don't want to do it. Did I prepare a set for her on this account? I actually don't know. I have a set on Layla. Oh, I have a set on Layla. I have something on Layla. Okay, well, let's see. I'm pretty sure I put it on Layla because, okay, man. The loadout, the artifact quote-unquote loadout that they say that they released or updated, it's not a loadout. It's a piece of garbage that they say is a loadout. Also, I have a thing on my Kirara too, which I'm assuming is probably my hunter set that I prepared for Skirk. Let's see. What? Oh, you know what? Let's look at our ratios first. Hang on. So this is not hunter. So plus Eshu 59.4 plus 16 plus 15. I'm at 90 crit rate plus 90 crit rate, and remember this is level 1, so I'm gonna get like 38 more crit damage from Skirk's Ascension stat. 146.4 plus 38.2. No, it's not 38.2. It's 33.2. Hang on, because the 5% is already here. Or sorry, no. Oh yeah, no, I'm an idiot. 38.2. Okay, 146.4 plus 38.2 is 184. So I'm gonna be at 90, 180. Not bad. That's not bad actually. It's actually not bad. Wow. All right, let me see. Let's check the hunter set if I have one that I prepared. Did I prepare a hunter set? I did. Okay, I did. Let's check that one out. Okay, 43.1 plus 36 plus 16 from Eshu plus 15. I'm way overcapped on crit. Well, not way, but like I'm at 110 crit rate, including Eshu, including Cryo Resonance and Hunter. Okay, and I'm at 173.6 plus 30. No, 170.6 plus 38.2. I'd be at 110 to 11. A little bit overcapped on crit rate there. I think since my finale set here is fine, it's not bad. I think I'm gonna stick to that for now. What does this thing do again? Character 0 energy, normal attack damage increased by 60%, burst increased by character's energy is at 0, normal attack damage, burst damage increased by 60. After equipping character deals normal attack damage, the aforementioned burst effect will stop applying for 6 seconds. Okay. After the elemental character, after equipping character deals burst damage, aforementioned normal attack will stop applying for 6 seconds. Can trigger. So does this text that says after the equipping character deals elemental burst damage, the aforementioned normal attack effect will stop applying for 6 seconds. Does this apply to the special burst? Like, if it does, then doesn't that mean that she doesn't work? Right? Because, like, what you're supposed to do when you're, like, doing normal attack Skirk playstyle, you're supposed to press E and then Q for her special burst to absorb the rifts, whatever. So if that counts as elemental burst damage, well, first of all, I actually don't know if it actually does damage. I don't think it does damage. I've never really paid attention. But if it does, then, like, doesn't that mean that, like, what's the point of the normal attack thing here? Also, hello, Luap. How's it going, man? Think it'll go up because she's level 80. Oh, yeah, you're right. Your crit damage will go up a little bit. By charge the... You can, yes, you can. But it's sort of a DPS loss. Because from what I understand, she doesn't have charged attack multipliers here. Oh, no, wait, she does. Is that a... I actually don't know. No. Times 3. No, that's very low. Well, 40 times 3. That's 150. Okay, I guess it's not that much of a DPS loss. I guess it's not that much of a DPS loss. But it's... So, if I use this set, should I not EQ? Should I not EQ anymore if I use this set? Oh, I didn't finish swapping. Yeah, can anyone confirm that? Does Skirk's special burst count as does Skirk's special burst do damage when you use her special burst? And if it does that count as deals elemental burst damage, which stops the normal attack buff on this set? Oh god, I just realized I'm on my second account. I do not have... Okay, I have a few fab swords, but I haven't raised any of them. Oh man, gonna have to borrow someone's... Okay. Sorry, Jean. Your deacon is gonna have to borrow your sword for a while. Her playstyle is a little confusing. If you try to understand it on your own, yes. Like, if you go through her talent descriptions and try to understand how am I supposed to play her that way, but, like, it isn't... Just get someone to explain to you what you should do. Don't bother trying to understand her kit. Don't bother trying to understand her kit. Okay, anyway, here's the rundown of it. So she has two playstyles. She has a normal attack playstyle, and she has a just burst and disappear kind of playstyle. And when I say burst, I mean like sort of like Eula, you know? Yeah, sort of like Eula. Like after her burst pops, after Eula's burst pops, it just you just swap off of her, and because like she's useless after her burst pops, right? It doesn't do any damage. So isn't she similar to Tartaglia? Is she? Sort of. From what I understand, like after you burst on Tartaglia, there's no problem at all. Like you can still go into your melee stance, whereas on Skirk you can't. Yeah, because you need a certain amount of rift or whatever it's called, serpent subtlety, whatever, to be able to use her burst. And the more of it that you have, the more damage her burst does. And so ideally, you want to absorb all the rift things before you burst on her. Like if you're using her regular burst, which means you won't have any more like serpent subtlety, whatever it's called, to increase for your cryo infusion. So you can't actually burst and then go into your normal attack stance. No, you can't. You have to pick one. So for me so far, I thought that her burst and disappear playstyle was gonna be easier to play than her normal attack playstyle. In fact, since yesterday I've been playing her a couple of times in Abyss, and her normal attack playstyle is actually a lot easier to use. So what you want to do is rotate through your characters first, right? And the way you want to rotate through your characters is ideally you want to swap like from like either hydro and then cryo and then hydro, or like whoever, right? Like just do as many like freeze reactions as you can, up to three, before you get to Skirk, before you swap to Skirk, so that you will have 3 rifts on the ground near you by the time you get to Skirk. So yeah, so don't like if you're if your team is okay, like my team here, for example, is this, right? Dahlia, Farina, Escoffier, Skirk. So ideally what I want to do is I want to start with Escoffier, because like her burst is gonna be like doing good off-field DPS while I'm swapping from between my other characters, right? So ideally I want to start with Skirk. So Skirk skill, so either I start off with Skirk skill or Farina skill, because remember Farina also does a decent amount of damage. So usually what I do is I go Farina skill or burst, skill then burst, and then Escoffier skill then burst, and then I go Dahlia skill then burst, and then I go Skirk. Okay, so when you get to Skirk, what you want to do is when you immediately, if you're doing her normal attack playstyle, immediately want to do E and then Q, and then that's when you just go ham, normal attacks, right? But there's when you're in combat, which I'll show here in a bit. Is there a nearby enemy that I can... Oh, Fontaine. There's like a local legend here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? A local legend that's like hydro infused? Is it here? Where is it? Anyone know where it is? Oh, wait. I know. It's right here. It's right here. Oh, okay. Wait, you're not gonna get frozen. Okay, I actually didn't mind trying that out because like I thought that okay, it's gonna get frozen anyway. It's gonna get frozen anyway. I haven't leveled up anything on Skirk. So that's clearly not gonna work. We're gonna die immediately. Okay, yeah. Don't worry though, like I'm gonna do my best here to have enough time to well, what's it called? build Skirk, do an Abyss run, etc., etc. Ideally, I want to also do the Dainsleif quest this stream. I don't actually know if I still have enough time for that anyway. But hey, I'm gonna try. Anyway, so yeah, again, like if in normal attack playstyle, press E and then press Q right away, and then just go ham normal attacks. And then as you're doing freeze reactions, right, there are gonna be dots that show up next to this bar, right here. There's gonna be 3 dots. Once two of them are lit up, or more, 2 or more, then you immediately like do a charged attack, and then you go back to doing normal attacks. Right, okay, so it's gonna look like this. Burst, and then normal attack, and then 1 dot, and then 2 dots, and then do a charged attack, and then go back to normal attacks. So you have to do a charged attack somewhere in the middle to extend the duration of your infused form. If you don't, then your infused form will last only this long. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about 7 seconds. Right? When ideally you want it to last, I think somewhere around like 12 seconds, I believe. If you do the charged attack, when you have 2 or more of the dots lit up, and you do a charged attack then, somewhere in the middle, then, yeah, it should last like somewhere around 11 or 12 seconds. So that's her normal attack playstyle. Her burst playstyle, what you want to do is you want to start with Skirk. Right, your rotation always starts with Skirk. Hold E, swap off, skill burst on your other characters, skill burst. Go back to Skirk, and then after you come back to Skirk, you hold E again, and then you Q. And then that's it. You can't do anything else on Skirk anymore if you use her burst playstyle. So you're gonna have to put together a team that has like other on-fielders. If you use her burst playstyle, like a team with Neuvillette, for example, or I don't know, like whoever, like Risley or Ganyu, whoever, right? Ayaka. All right. Okay. So anyway, I have to raise a couple of things. Hang on. Where is my ascension tracker? There. I did not put Eshu here. Wait. Oh no, this is my... Okay, that's the wrong one. Okay, hang on. I'm on the second account. Okay, so how many do I need for Eshu? Okay, so I need the bone things. I need the Natlan bone things. Okay, there. 18, 15, and 10. 15 and 10. Okay, I have plenty. The Abyss thing, is that this? $27, 18, 15. 27, 18, 15. So I need to make 14. So I have 27. And... Okay, sure. I have plenty. Alright, let me just update this. 27. 27. Okay, 207. Sure. Masks. Not that mask. This one. Okay. 4993. 4993. So I need 12 plus 9, 21, 15. I need to make 15 of this thing. Then I can make 4 of this. So 4, 11, 17, 9. Okay, we're good. All right, now Dahlia. 55, 52, 24. 55, jeez, okay. That's 52. That's 24. Okay, 193. I need to make 193 of these. That's a lot, jeez. 50 bonuses. It's a lot, man. Okay, how many was it? 55. Okay. Okay, not bad. Alright. 55. 65. Okay. And what else? Ballad. Oh yeah, the hydro thing. 6991. 4. Oops. One. Okay, so oh no, not one. 3. Should have made 4 there. Okay, so 6, 9 to 69. Nice. Nice. 6, 9, 2, 6, 9. How many of the small ones we got? 977. Yeah, I think that's all we need. Oh, yeah, right. This stuff. Skirk's weekly boss mats. How many do I have now? Okay, I still need to update this though. 9. Oh, what the? When did I get so many of this stuff? 9, 7, 2. Wow. Don't remember having that many, but okay, looks like I still need to make 1. Okay. I need 10. And 6 of that one. Okay. And then I got another 6 of this. Alright, perfect. Great. Should be a straight shot now. Should be a straight shot now. Fab sword. Now I have to somehow get a 4-piece Noblesse Oblige on Dahlia here with HP, injury charge, crit rate. Jeez, I have nothing. I got nothing. Okay, well, oh my god, wait, I just realized I don't have any artifact fodder. I have no artifact fodder at all. My god. Attack. Crit rate, sure. Oh, okay. That's something. That's something. HP, crit rate, ER. No ER? Wow. Jeez. Okay. Okay, well, we got nothing else anyway. HP. ER. Sure. Okay, nothing else. What's on Diona? You know, I'm gonna try raising this. I'm out of Mora. More than resonance. What? Wait, I don't remember having this much artifact XP. Sure. I'll take it. You know, I actually appreciate the sped up artifact raising thing. I don't remember them mentioning this in the special program, but hey, it is very, very much appreciated. Okay. We have something now. Alright, good. Okay. Take that away. Get our stats in order. Let's try this first. See if we can get enough energy recharge. Okay. Seems like a comfortable amount of ER. All right, level up Skirk. Yeah, it did turn out to be a good piece. Like, it definitely could have been better if we didn't lose that one roll into flat defense. But hey, it's she's a winner. She is definitely a winner. Oh wow, I just remembered Cloud earlier was talking about I'm glad Cloud isn't here anymore to see how how many XP books I got. Because Cloud mentioned how low he is on XP books. Oops. So 2 years ago, I used to not level up characters past 80. I would raise them to to their last ascension, but I would just leave them at 80 out of 90, like forever. Just, you know, to save Mora and to save XP books. The only characters I would raise above 80 were the EM / transformative reaction scalers, and the shoot. And the HP scalers. Defense scalers, sure, but I don't have any defense scalers at all. Finally, I can use my stockpile of Mystic Enhancement ores. My nuclear winter stockpile of Mystic Enhancement ores. Lend me some more. My dude, if only I could, man. If only I could. You know, that would be a funny thing, though, right? Like, I actually mentioned this on stream a while back, like a few times back, a few times a while back, where, like, wouldn't it be funny if Hoyo introduced a feature into Genshin where, like, in your teapot there was like a thing, a structure that you could put up, or if not a structure, then at least like a stand or something, where like it would be essentially like the equivalent of a bank. It would be essentially a bank in your Serenity Teapot, where other players who you're friends with could come into your teapot and like borrow, like apply for a loan of Mora, and then you would have to, like, every now and then you'd have to go into your own teapot and like look at these loans, and then there'd be like a little like text box in there where they could write like a personally written like letter like of application or something. And then, like, you would have to manually approve these these quote-unquote loans. Wait, why is there a red dot? Oh, that's Bennett. Okay. I think that would that'd be funny. But I think the problem with that is, though, is like... Oh, you know what? One thing that... Okay, because I was thinking, like, okay, what if people never bother to pay their loans, right? And then, like, whoever lends people Mora would end up, like, having no Mora at all. What if Hoyo made it so that you could only loan... if any excess Mora you have above, like, say 80 million, right? If you have 80 million or more Mora, then you could lend every ounce of Mora you have above 80 million, and anything below 80 million you couldn't, like, Hoyo wouldn't allow you to lend it to other people. and you would be able to pick your interest rates and whatever. Of course, within boundaries, of course, that Hoyo decides. And so, in order to like, and then you would also set up your own like late fees, your own late fees and penalties. And in order to make sure that people actually paid their loans after a certain amount of time, Hoyo would directly take whatever Mora each account that has a loan, that has an outstanding loan, an outstanding balance, directly take it and then put it into whoever they owe Mora to. Put it directly into their account. Okay, no. That was, my god, that was stupid. Okay. Burst. Needed the burst, not the skill. Okay, I'm not gonna have enough here. Yep, I need more. 7. Wait, what? Oh, right. I'd never... Okay. I never actually leveled that up. Or, not level it up, but never actually made the talent books for him. Okay. Did I do that right? Is that... Yeah, I think. Okay. My dude, my Dahlia here is better than my first account Dahlia. Oh my god. It's actually better than my first account Dahlia. I actually got to 40k HP. My first account Dahlia couldn't get to 40k HP. Okay. Let's see what she could do. I would go from 2 billion Mora to 10 billion Mora at that point. With loans, right? Yeah, because because of interest. And yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Is to get the economy going, right? Because there are a bunch of players in the game that have probably quit playing Genshin just because, like, well, I wanted to raise this character that I really like, but I didn't have any Mora, and I tried farming for Mora or artifact or XP books for them or artifacts, but I ran out of resin, ran out of Mora, ran out of XP books, and I'm like, okay, well, what do? I just log out and then like I'll just come back tomorrow then, and then they get busy tomorrow, and then they get busy the next day, and then at some point they forget about Genshin, and then they're like, okay, oh yeah, that's right, there was this game. That's whatever, right? That's the thing about Genshin though, is you get people hooked on the game if they're hooked. Like, if they keep logging in every day. Because they feel like they have something to lose once they get a taste of all the free stuff that they get by logging into the game every day. But once you lose that traction, then, like, they lose their attachment, their like emotional attachment to keep playing it. Right? And there are like so many players in the game. Well, probably not so many, but there are like a bunch of players in the game that have like so much Mora. Genshin doesn't really emphasize on the hook, in my opinion. Well, that's the point though. That's the thing, is they don't quote unquote emphasize on it because the quote unquote the hook is already built into the gacha game formula. You know, like having daily commissions, having daily resin, right? Because the fact that you can't grind means that you have to play only a certain amount today, and then like you have to wait until tomorrow for your resin to refresh, for your daily commissions to reset, etc., right? That is quote unquote the hook. It's already built into like the gacha formula. So that's why they don't have to do anything specific to, you know, quote unquote, be the hook. Oops, you're not Dahlia. There. Hmm. You know what? I want a comfortable playthrough today. I want a comfortable playthrough, so I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go with Zhongli today. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have Dia on this account. Or sorry, not Dia. Mavuika on this account. So yeah, the best I can do is Arlecchino. E, Q, normal attack. I have two things lit up, then charge the attack and do normal attacks. Hey. Oh. Okay, sorry. I got scared there for a sec. I thought the pyro flag guy was about to. Oh my god, I forgot to do a charged attack. Okay. I thought the pyro flag guy was about to hit me while I had a shield on, because remember I got Dahlia. Oosh. Oh no, he shielded up before got to throw my meatball on him. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry, it's not a shield, it's armor. Okay, get rid of this guy. The pyro guy. I seem to be messing something up. Oops, get away. Somehow I don't have enough energy recharge to burst immediately. Okay, I am short on energy on Yelan, and I messed up. Oh god. Wait. Burst. Burst! Oh my god, thank you. That was so close. That was so close. I almost didn't get to burst on Yelan before he took away my energy. Okay, sorry by the way. I am updating my Ascension tracker. Alright. Eshu, Dahlia, and Skirk are off my list. Short on energy there. Your Skirk's doing really good damage. Hey, thanks, man. It's actually, I think I gotta say it's an okay build. It's an okay build. It's not a whale build, right? But it's not bad. I gotta say, you know, I had no idea how this thing worked. Last night I did this off stream, but like I came in here with an overload Arlecchino team, and I had no idea that like this thing like got super aggressive. Like if you did a bunch of overloads on it. And man, it was getting real annoying. Yeah, because like remember, like my hang on. So that's okay. Oh, okay. So those are my Skirk final numbers, right? But remember that 59 crit rate, 59.4 plus 16 because I got Eshu passive, plus 15 because I got Cryo Resonance. Remember, right? So my crit ratio is like 90, 184. It's not whale territory. It's not whale territory, but it's definitely good. It's definitely good. And you know, okay. Hey, what's up, Farina? Good to see you, man. So do any of you guys know whether this, after the equipping character deals elemental burst damage, includes her special burst? Right, because number one, I actually don't know if Skirk's special burst, when you use it, does damage. I truly don't know. I never really paid attention because in a freeze team there are like so many numbers going on the screen all the time. Right, there's like Farina's summons, there's the Scoffier's off-field stuff, and my god, there's so many things going on that I actually don't know if it does damage. And if it does that count as elemental burst damage? Because if it does, then like why do they take away your normal attack bonus damage right after when you're supposed to use your burst to absorb the rifts? Right, like, so I don't know. I don't know if, yeah, I don't know this. Doesn't this enemy only get aggressive when you do 34 hits? I truly don't know. From what I know, that thing was a local legend, and the thing is, like, I don't really like go out of my way to look for these local legends and like spend time fighting them. I just don't care. I don't get anything out of it. An achievement, I guess, but that's not really like worth it for me. Oops. Will you have enough DPS? Probably. Okay. Yeah, with I was asking myself, like, because it's Zhongli instead of Zelonin. Okay, don't. Okay, oh come on, the other one disappeared. Alright, that's gone. That's another one. Another hit. My god. Okay, I got the feeling that it was about to go into its like hide cryo thing phase again, and my god, I was getting anxious for a second there. Jeffrina and Scofier are they on C1? No, they're all C0. This is my second account. My second and third accounts are completely F2P. That Abyss buff, how many characters can benefit from that? Probably everyone. Isn't that how it works? It's for like everyone? EQ and then go ham. I would want you to go into your panic mode now. Will you? Nope. Okay, still not. Alright, gonna have to force you into it. Okay, there. Jump. What the? I pressed Q. Oh my god. Why? Dude, I saw 140k in there. 140k, huh? The zero energy thing? This buff. Oh yeah, no. Only those who can have zero energy. Yeah, for like right after you use your burst for like a split second before you catch any energy particles, then sure, you can benefit from it. But obviously, like, everyone is always like generating particles, right? Especially when you have a bunch of like characters that have off-field abilities that are hitting away at enemies, those generate particles. So like you're just constantly like picking up particles. So it's like you are like for energy-based characters, you are hardly ever at zero energy. Now whether or not it's snapshots, I don't know. That's for theory crafters to find out. Oh god, okay. We're good. Alright, catch those particles. Alright, Bennett. We're up. Come on. Oh, I'm on Favonia. Or no, not Favonius. Aquila Favonia. Oh my god. Okay, this is an awful run. This is the first half, right? This was terrible. Can you show me a Skirk build? Dude, haven't you been watching? I've shown it like 4 times already on the screen. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, yeah. You are on Fab. I thought I'd forgotten to I thought I took away Zhongli's Fab sword and forgot to put it back. Oops. Wow, this is a really slow run. Zhongli is definitely not helping speed up this run. My what's her name? Escoffier on this account is definitely a little starved for energy. Question, does Skirk's special burst have any iframes on it? Gun, the new update, the game kicked me offline. What? How would it kick you? I hate these things. They're so cringe. Okay. Alright, gonna have to keep you guys there for a sec. Oh, these things hit hard. They even broke Zhongli's shield. Oops. Dude, that was smooth. Very smooth. And that wasn't even with Mavuika on the first half. Okay, I have about an hour to do the Dainsleif quest. Will I have enough time? Probably not. Oh well, that sucks. When you hold E, you like that's it. That's like sprint speed already, I guess. So when you sprint, it just kicks you out of it.
でも適度な有酸素運動は100里あって一概なしだ。軽くああ今だからって最高のそれにそういうことか。なあ旅人さっさと手伝って二人とも私は任せろ。
Should me the build, bro. I think you mean show you the build, not should you the build. But I guess that's autocorrect or whatever. Here's my Skirk build. Nothing too impressive, just an average Skirk build. In fact, this isn't actually a very good build. In fact, yeah, 59.4, 184.4.8 minus 38.2. So this is closer to 59, 146. Because remember, Skirk's ascension stat is crit damage, right? So my artifact quality is actually really only, yeah, this is my artifact. These are my artifacts. So not bad, but not insane. Yeah, so my crit ratio, my actual crit ratio here without ascension stats, without the passives is 59.4, 146.6. So not bad, not terrible. Yeah, but since I get 16% crit rate from this, and remember it's a freeze team, I have 2 cryo characters in it, so I have cryo resonance, and since I'm going to be applying a lot of cryo, enemies are going to be either frozen or have cryo on them. So I have another 15% crit rate from another 15% from cryo resonance. So 16% from Eshu, 59.4 plus 16% from Eshu plus 15% from cryo resonance. So I actually have 90.4 crit rate and 184.8 crit damage. Not bad. Very satisfying numbers too, by the way. Very satisfying numbers. Like a bunch of zeros. A lot of zeros. Wow. Oops, start with the flower. That's my flower. The only feather I have. Literally the one and only feather I have. Yeah, so definitely my feather here is the weakest link. I have a bunch of energy recharge that I don't need. I have like 30, almost 40 energy recharge that I don't need. What is this, by the way? Oh. Gotta study now? Alright, alright. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Take care. I'm gonna have to go with my overworld team here. If I want to save time. Oh my god. Jeez, I can't just sprint up it. Where is this thing? It's such a random location.
今まで気づかなかったけど、ここって洞窟が。あれ、ヒルチャールがいるぞ。休んでるのかな。攻撃してなんで。あ、起こしちゃったか。
You doing the quest? Yep, I have to do it. It's quote unquote content. And hey, it's free Primo Gem, so why not?
まあ、ヒルチャールのことだし、どうせ大したものじゃないだろうけど。どうしたんだ？普通の鍵じゃないか。でも、確かに変わってるな。ナタっぽくはないし。宇宙船スリープポット。ちょっと待てよ。宇宙船スリープポット
Spaceship.
でもなんでその完全に同じものみたいだな。お前のものじゃないって。やっぱ状況はヒルチャールつまり。
So we came here by hibernation pod. Like, I guess how Superman went to fell down on Kansas when Krypton exploded, right? Right, obviously like a few light years removed, right? But why is our space pod not more significant to the plot? I feel like that would be really significant because it would very possibly in you know, like have like technology that came from whatever world we came from, right? Like, why has it never been brought up before? I feel like that's such a big significant part to the plot. Curious as Dainsleif is voiced. I'm on Japanese audio, so we won't know. It wasn't on the English dub? This quest or like previous quests?
ナタの各地数もそう。つまり私も疑問。まさか
理由として
まだ断定を。
それで
確かに
しかも
ああ。だが各部族にどういうこと。
そうなんだ。
まさかそれで
今一体何。なるほどだな。
さすが君たち。
I mean, if it's not English, then yeah, of course it would be voiced. Why wouldn't it be?
そして現時点のここに残るつもりがな。
私も一緒。
あ。
Just curious if the other language suffers the same problems? No. Do you know anything about what's happening with the VA? The whole VA issue?
あれ、ストラリじゃない。君たちどうしてここに？ああ、お前がやばい各部族の考えれば。なるほど。アビス兄弟妹さんの組織。つまり妹さんはムカついて。みんな 迎撃が先だ。ナイスタイミング。いいストレス発最後のは言わなくていい。さあ働きなさい。飛ぶよ。服を運んできたよ。捕まえた。痛がっちゃいないよ。
I don't understand how JP
さすがグラス
Paimon VA isn't recast already. She's rendered at her job. I think she's okay. I don't know. No. I don't know. I don't have any problems with the Japanese Paimon.
経験からしてさっき連中が襲っこの勢いで。
ここで戦闘があったのですね。
I just know it's messy. That's all I'm trying to find out. It's messy, but it has something to do with
手加減なしよ。
it has something to do with the union stuff. And the thing is, like, union stuff is not an issue anywhere except for in America. Like, sure, there are like what are they called again? Employee unions, or like whatever they're called.
吸い取られるみたいだ。早くなんとかしないと。かかれ。捕まえた。や。
Where's my energy?
さあ働きなさい。抵抗が弱まってきた。仕留めるチャンスだ。
Because
追いかけるぞ。
unions do not need to exist when employers are not actively looking for every possible way to screw over all their employees and customers. Right? They do not need to exist.
君がこの子たちのリーダーかしら。
If greedy capitalist idiots just didn't exist. Make a business that has profitable margins. So that you don't have to screw everyone and their grandmother just to get by.
説明よ。契約を果たせ。さらにいつかだ。そうよ。
スラルコ。
手加減なしよ。
Right, and that's what unions are for, is to keep these greedy capitalistic corporations from screwing all their employees and customers over.
そうは見えなかった。つまり情報が。やっぱり鍵のことが気にもし鍵を。
Now the problem with that is, okay, sure, right? There are unions, there are worker unions that exist to help protect employee rights and stuff. But when a union has existed for as long as has existed and kept growing for as long as the VA union is called, that's the source of all this of most of these problems right now, is at some point they start to become less of a union and more of a gang, is what it is.
結局ここに戻ってきたか。他に手がかりがないか。
Yeah, honestly, it's less of a gang, and honestly, It's basically a fraternity, is what it is. Like a rich person fraternity. It's insane to me how like think about this. The union is so big that I don't remember the numbers, but the numbers are literally in the 5 digits of members. All right, somewhere around like 20 or 30,000 members, maybe more. I don't remember the numbers. Right, but a union that big, basically it's like the whole country. The whole country's worth of a whole industry are members of this union. Like there's literally membership fees. You need to pay a certain amount of money to be able to join. You need to give a certain portion of your income, and you're only allowed to take jobs that are quote unquote unionized jobs that have had the approval or the blessing of said union. Right, otherwise you are breaking their thing. And like they do provide like other stuff too, right? Like they're not just taking your money, they provide like insurance and stuff. They provide they provide like insurance and stuff. They're like an agency, but an agency that doesn't help you find a job. An agency, because like if you work for, let's say, a manpower agency, for example, you apply for a job at the agency, and the agency finds clients to who are looking for an employee, right? And most of the time, all your benefits, your salary comes straight from your agency, right? But this union is basically just an agency that does just takes your money, right? Your benefits, some of your benefits come from them, like insurance and stuff, but they don't help you find a job. Right? Imagine if you had if you applied for a job, you had to pay your employer. You had to pay your employer, and whoever, right? Like, and then someone else paid your salary, and then like your employer had to was going to take a portion of your income. That's basically what it is. It's like a fraternity. So, yeah, no. The VA issues do not exist at all in any other country outside of the US. In fact, Kinich's new English VA. Remember, English VA. I believe he sounds like he's American. I don't know if he's American. His name sounds American. But he doesn't live in the USA. He lives in Japan. So he doesn't need to be a member of said union. He's not required to be a member of said union because he's not in the US. And everyone, well, not everyone, like a lot of VAs, a lot of the Genshin VAs hated on him because he still took the job from Kinich's original English VA. And the worst part is Genshin isn't even like a quote unquote unionized. It wasn't unionized work. It wasn't part of the SAG-AFTRA thing. So Kinich's English VA just started to protest, to go on strike, just to support those who were going on strike for other jobs. Regarding like AI stuff, like AI protection, etc., etc. And the thing is, like, because Genshin is made by a Chinese company, of course their jurisdiction is in China, right? Like their legal stuff is in China. They already have their own AI protection stuff over there.
シャーマンたちどっちみち。
これがそんな
それとこ
誰も
はあ
サイン
一戦。
おい
嘘だっても。
またそんな弱気な
もともと勝て。男は勝つ。
おいら
異常なし。
こっちも同じだな。もうちょっと回ったら帰ろうぜ。おかえり。どうだった？将兵たちから何か報告はあったか？これといって重要なそれとも帰ってきたの？もうなんで誰も起こしてくれなかったのよ。
You know, it's a wonder that America has stayed in the position it's been in the world for as long as it has. Because their whole country is like sort of broken. It just doesn't work. Like, I mean, it works obviously, but like it doesn't work well.
魔物が見えるきっかけが手をつなぐこと？なんかわざとらしい。体のせそれより
It doesn't work well for people.
いや、その子
It's like it's been designed to just screw over people as much as possible,
今思えば
but not so badly. But not well, no. It's almost as if it's been designed to screw over everyone just enough so that it maximizes profits, but not too much that people start leaving. Oh my god. Why is this location so cringe? What even is a good country? I mean, there definitely isn't a perfect country anywhere, right? Especially with especially when it comes to, because of the number of people there are on Earth, right? Honestly, I don't think there is a way for large cities and large communities. And when I say large, I'm talking about like in the numbers of like millions. That just, there's just no way to make it function properly. Because like I like, to make it simple, like I sort of visualize societies as like pyramids, right? Because like society cannot function without an economy as well. Like, I mean, sure, it can, but that would require everyone to like there's this like movie from like 15 years ago that I saw called The Host. It's not a, I don't think it's a good movie, but I think it was like the kind of story that was just trying to follow the trend of like movies like what's it called, like The Hunger Games or Twilight, right? Like where there's like these fantasy like universes that were like realistic enough, but at the same time also like a little bit dystopian, right? It seemed like this was the kind of movie that was like trying to copy this formula, trying to get on the hype train, kind of like superhero movies about 5 8 years ago, like thanks to Marvel's MCU, right? And like during this time, like 14, 15 years ago, it was the time of these like dystopian sort of movies, like Hunger Games or yeah, right, like some of these movies. And so the idea of it was the idea of it was that this alien species of parasites came to Earth to essentially take over the world. Right, but not take over, like turn humans into slaves, because these are like alien parasites. They didn't really have like bodies that could allow them to do anything. They were parasites. They needed a host, and they would take over like the human host, and just use their bodies as well their own. And the society that these creatures have created is similar to like human society, where like we need stuff, like especially because their hosts are still human. Their hosts are still human, so they still need like human nutrition, human nutrients, etc., etc. Right? They still need like stuff like ladders if they want to reach like high up places, etc., etc. They were limited to the human what's it called? Physiology. So they still needed stuff like supermarkets, homes, etc. Right? But there's the kind of society that they had was like everything that humans have now, but everything is completely free, and no one has salaries. Right? Everyone just does their job. No matter what it was, everyone just does their job, but everyone has access to everything that they need, and no one takes more than what they need. And free? Did it work? I mean, like obviously it's a movie, right? It's a movie, so it only showed like a very brief example of it. And like, in my opinion, I think a society like that could work for humanity. In the plot, no, like it got really crazy. It got really crazy because there were like some humans that were against it. Yeah, there were some humans that were against it, etc. So it got really crazy, and like it also revolved around like a sort of love story. So like the whole like dystopian thing wasn't like the focus of the story, and that's why in my opinion, it wasn't. It could have been a much better movie if it had focused on like the weird plot of it, like the dystopian, the sci-fi aspect of it. But no, like it had to revolve around the love story. But yeah, like I think that kind of society could work for humans, but and it could work whether it's a small town or a giant city of 30 million people. I think it could work if everyone just did their jobs, no complaints, no being greedy. Everyone just took what they needed. No one took more than what they needed. Everyone just worked for free, but everyone got everything that they needed. Like no, wait next week. No, okay, we don't have enough of this, so we'll just wait. Or no, okay, no, you're not eligible for this. No, like everyone gets what they need. Everyone has access to everything they need, right? Like it could work. But because we're humans, that's impossible. That's a fantasy. Otherwise, we could keep the way that the world works right now. Everyone works. Everyone gets a salary, and everyone has to work for the stuff that they want to earn currency and to buy whatever they need and want. Right? It could work, but it just doesn't work very well with very, very large quote-unquote groups, because every like society sort of turns into a pyramid at some point, right? Because like at some point, okay, imagine just a small example, like a small office of like 30 people, right? Small office of like 30 people. So at some point, to say a developer, right? A game developer. You can't have just 30 game developers. You have to have one guy that's like in charge of everything to steer the ship, right? To decide to steer everyone into the same direction. You can't just have like 30 people making their own decisions, right? So at some point, that one guy is gonna have too much administrative work, organizational work to deal with, and is not gonna have any development time anymore. So now you're down to 29 developers and one manager. You get what I mean, right? You're down to 29 developers and 30 and one manager. So okay, let's say you need one more developer. Okay, now you've bumped up your salary to paying 30 from paying 30 people to now 31 people. Which means that's one more person that your manager is gonna have to deal with. And at some point, if that team keeps on growing, at some point that manager is gonna need an assistant, right? He's gonna need an assistant. He's gonna need someone to help him deal with it, right? And at some point, this team of 30 developers, right? Like as the company grows, it's gonna start hiring more and more developers. At some point, it's gonna get to 150 to 300 developers, and there's no way those 300 developers are gonna be all developers, right? And sure, you're gonna have like lots of different managers, and now you've come to the point where like, okay, let's say it's 30 developers to one manager and one assistant. So your 300 developers, you now need 10 managers and 10 assistants. So instead of paying 300 people, you're paying 320 people, and 20 of those people you have to pay way more than the actual developers themselves, the actual people that are actually doing the work that makes the company money. Right? You have to pay them more because they're facing a lot more responsibility. 8 to 10. Okay, following the 8 to 10. Right? And then it keeps growing. Now you're up to 3,000. Right? And at that point, then you have sorry, did I say you're up to 3,000, and now you have 100 managers. And now at some point these 100 managers, you can't just have them all into one conference room to coordinate their efforts. No, at some point you're gonna need like, say, because it's say 30 people to one manager, right? You're gonna need like 3 managers for these, like 3 general managers for these 100 managers. And now it just keeps on growing, right? Imagine that number, and right, like we're still at the 3,000 mark, right? Think of how many people those are gonna be. It's gonna end up becoming when you get to 10 million people or 30 million people, right? It just doesn't work. It's hard to imagine because each job is different. It has its own difficulty. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's really the thing, like the everything is free. It could work, but it would be really unfair to those who have harder jobs than others. Now, I understand you could you could segregate the jobs. Like you could divide the jobs, like some of the harder work you can have more people rotating in shifts for them. So in that way, like the load is shared a little more evenly. Sure, you could do something like that. Like you really could make it work if everyone, like not just you or me, but if 100% of the people, if everyone wanted to make it work. But yeah, it wouldn't be easy. Especially because of the human factor. Keeps becoming a pyramid, and somebody has to be in power. Yes, that is true. And not necessarily power, right? Like the idea of it isn't necessarily... What? What are we doing? Oh. What? Okay. I really thought I was gonna swap into Dainsleif there. No. Okay. Okay. It's not playable Dainsleif. It's just something like Dainsleif. Okay. I see. All around team. Oh, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna go with the usual. Yeah, that's true. Like for a second there, I was like as I was yapping, right, as I was talking, I was like Dainsleif. Oh, cool. And then like when I finished that sentence, I was like, what? Dainsleif? I immediately pressed 5. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, oh, okay, that's it. It's not quote unquote playable Dainsleif. Oh, they've had me for a second there. They really had me for a second. But yes, yeah. Going back to the... Oh my god, I think I just screwed myself over. There are gonna be cryo enemies here. Okay, so at least I'll be able to just swirl the pyro stuff onto them. Where's... Okay. Oh. What? Okay, he just straight up got rid of the shield instant. Just one hit. I wonder if we can use Dainsleif to one-hit this guy's shield. Okay, let's try. What? Okay, you can. That's awesome. Dainsleif is probably wetting the bed right now. Dainsleif, do you know Dainsleif? He's a creator. And like literally, okay, like if you look at her channel name, it's literally Dainsleif, but like girlified. Dainsleif the Filipino, I heard. She's probably like half Filipino, half American. I don't believe she's pure Filipino. She definitely does not look white. Like when I say white, I mean like not. She doesn't look white American white. And ever since I've like I'm not subscribed to her, by the way. Like I'm sorry if you could hear this. It's not the kind of content that I would like, that I care to listen to like every time you upload a video, right? Like I appreciate that YouTube YouTube recommends your content to me every now and then, but like it's not the kind of content that I would like to watch every single time. But yeah, like every time I've heard her voice, it's like there's always this like tiny hint of I don't know, like it's just not like, it's just like there every now and then it slips, and it's not a Filipino accent. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't sound like an American accent all the time. And like the tiny slips are like very minor and very seldom. And again, it's not like it doesn't even sound Filipino. It just doesn't sound like a white American every now and then for like a split second at a time. Oh my god, it's not gonna be able to hit this Hydra guy. Because this Hydro guy's just flying everywhere. Okay, I need to keep this guy grounded. For when... Yes. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, okay. That's it. That's it. Good. Can we not? There you go. Jeez, that was annoying.
未だに貴様の妹の気配はない。ここを全ているのは一体誰だ。
真っ向の剣ダインスレイブ。
その通りだ。貴様らを
妹さんがいない。
我は長年我々を追い続け、
煙に巻くようなその話し方、貴様らに
分かりやす戦いへの勝利だけではない。姫様はすでに
Inicutus Baptist. Oh, this is the world boss
ってことは
from Sumeru.
そうダインスレイブ。
されごつまらん。
そうだ、そんな感じ。
担当直
まったよくか。
さっき見たノイズ。
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. Going back to that discussion, like the society thing. Jeez, I hate this. I hate this stuff. Okay. Good guess. Yeah, so...
思いついたの。そんなバカ。
Yeah, and like the free everything thing, it's physically possible. It's a physically possible. Oh yeah, that's right. Just use Dainsleif. Take care of it. Break it.
もはや争うことに意味はない。この体ではさすがに厳しい。だが、
It's
それでも私は
片付いたか。これで
the idea itself is physically possible. It's just not. It's just impossible because of the human factor. But like physically and practically, yes, it is possible. If again everyone came together to allow it to happen, if everyone wanted it to happen. But it's not realistic because like the human factor and stuff.
声と話し方にどこか覚えがあるとは思う。貴様もまた不死の呪いを受けたのか。
500で例え
So the only like the realistic way to make it better would be to split up these large cities into smaller towns, because smaller towns just make sense, right? Like for example, let's say food, for example. All right, let's say food. Like to feed a city of
100度も死の淵を
let's say 1 million people. You're gonna need you can't grow the food near the city. You're gonna need a giant plot of land to grow all the food for that. Did I say 1 million? I don't remember. That for that 1 million people, right? And so if every one of those 1 million people wanted bread every day, you can't have just one bakery sell bread to 1 million people. You'd have to have like several hundred, right? Like you'd have to have hundreds of bakeries, right? And like to provide wheat for all those bakeries, it would be just, it would be just, it's, now you would have the problem of logistics, right? You'd have the problem with logistics. Now you're delivering the same amount of wheat and the same amount of ingredients to the same amount of bakeries, but because you're having to transport all of it from one giant location, that's like some of them will be closer, but some of them will be further away, and those ones that are further away are going to be more expensive, and now you're spending a lot more of the economy on just moving stuff around. Whereas if you split up these giant cities into smaller towns, like it doesn't have to be like a town with like 30 people, right? That's like way too small. Could be like, I don't know, like maybe 500 people, 500, 1,000 people. It just like, so yeah, the bakery idea, right? Like the bakery example, that's one. Another one is and another aspect to it too is okay, giant city. So let's say instead of like local bakeries providing bread to everyone, why don't we just have like one giant like corporate bakery, right? Like here in the Philippines, we have a like, I don't even want to call it a bakery. Like their main product is like bread, sliced bread. But they somehow, and they make it like the quality is really good as well. I don't know how they do it, but they somehow make it like really good quality, but it lasts for a few days longer than locally made bread. Like, and I don't know how it works. I don't know what like chemicals they have to use to preserve it for a little bit longer, but I bet it's not made locally. They probably have like large like bakery factories in certain very strategic parts of the country to provide for certain parts of the country. But now you've consolidated all the bread making work into this one corporation, and instead of allowing certain people in each small town the opportunity to make their own bakery and, well, earn a living for themselves, now we just see this truck coming into town bringing a lot of bread, and then you pay this truck, and then the truck leaves, right? And then now everyone in the town is just a consumer of bread. Is just a consumer of bread instead of like potentially getting hey, oh, the cubes, Gardenia, yeah, exactly, Gardenia. Instead of allowing like one or two or like maybe even an entire family and several generations of said family to be able to make a living off of providing bread for the town. Oh, there she is. The cubes from the unknown god. This is gone. Very interesting. I hope I didn't derail you. It didn't derail. I did. It did derail me, but I'm working. I'm trying my best to not forget where I stopped off. Yeah, where I dropped off the topic. Anyway, I'm not gonna read through it because I don't have the time. I have work in half an hour from now. In fact, I probably won't even be able to finish this quest, which, you know, I'm a little saddened by that. Yeah, right? Like, if you like think about it, like if you divide these giant cities of millions and millions of people into smaller towns of like 1,000, or maybe like I feel like maybe even 5,000 people or even 10,000 people is probably okay. Right? Maybe like my city, from what I can Google, my city has about 100,000 people. Right, but because it's not it's not the kind of city that has like a fully functioning economy, like not 100, like there are certain. Okay, hang on. Oni-chan.
二人の新たな始まりが待ってる。
So was that a flashback to the Cataclysm? Or was that in real time? Was that now? Or was that just a flashback to 500 years ago? It's so... Okay, maybe if I'd actually paid attention, then I would actually know. Okay, whatever. Want me to spoil? I don't mind. Sure. Wait, you actually paid attention to the whole quest? Hey, good for you, man. But yeah, like I wouldn't mind knowing. Just comes in on a cloud with like the most bored facial expression.
ヤガミがそれを許したってことよ。ヤガミからアビスとの戦争の時、ナタの軍、そして今回運命の
Also, Lumine called Ether Oni-chan. Sayonara, Oni-chan.
私はそうだろ旅人。さあ一緒に北条の国に戻ろうぜ。ボレサもいるだろうし、今回はしっかそっとしときな君みたいな壁に。
Did it a while ago. I believe that meeting was 2 timelines being... Ah, really? Okay. So that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. It was, So, man, this whole, like, time bending thing, like... Okay, you actually put it... You actually say it really well. What is that? 2 timelines being in superposition. That's... Wow. It's actually a really good way to put it. Where... Okay, there. Yeah, 2 timelines being in superposition. That's actually a really good way to put it. That already happened in Inazuma, right? Like, remember, like the whole like tree planting thing, like planting the sakura tree. I don't remember it in Sumeru. I don't remember it happening in Fontaine as well. But it's a thing. It seems to be a thing in this fantasy world in Tevat. It was being chased, but as soon as you held her hand, you saw the wolves in her timeline. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, no wonder why it was like a special zone that we couldn't teleport in and out of. Okay, that definitely was not a long quest. Definitely was not a long quest. I'm actually quite surprised. I'm actually quite surprised now. What is this quest? Oh, I got it while... Okay, when I was getting Pyroculus. I was getting Pyroculus. Okay, which account is this? What day is it today? Tuesday... Okay, so I have 2 condensed resin and farm talent mats for Mavuika. Oh, right. Hmm. 24 hours from now. Wow. Okay, that is not great. Gonna have to condense resin later. What does Mavuika use again? Contention? Is that contention? Yes, it is. All right, sure. Yeah. Anyway, obviously, like the solution I have to giving people better lives, I don't think it's perfect, and I'm sure some really actually real people, real smart people, right? Not an idiot behind a camera. No, I don't even have my camera on. Behind a microphone on the internet is gonna know how to fix society. It's also the wrong team. Who, right? Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have like arguments to like, well, what about this? What about that? Right? Like, sure, I understand, but again, every single time I think about this stuff, it all comes back to Thanos was right. And I just, every time I come back to that thought, I just always laugh about it because it's so funny to me that it's a fictional plot. It's a fictional plot. And yet the villain was right. There are too many mouths to feed. Oh, this thing, yeah. Wait, what? I haven't farmed any domains since yesterday? Oh yeah, that's right. I was farming just bosses since yesterday. Okay. Oh my god, this is confusing now. I'm okay, I definitely see myself, especially cuz oh my god, original resin and fragile resin look the same. Condensed resin. Okay, middle condensed resin. Okay. Okay, this is so confusing. I can immediately see myself clicking the wrong thing here when I'm not paying attention. But okay. Oh my god, it's dude, they have to change that UI, man. They have to change it. They can't make it like this. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. It's oh yes, yes. Skip reward cutscene. 145 fragile resin. Well, caught in 4K, I guess. Oh, oh my god, that's instant. I love it. I love it. Why did it take 5 years for this, man? Why did it take 5 years to do this? I realize this isn't a very optimal team for this domain because number one, these enemies have permanent pyro on themselves, so you cannot trigger any cryo reactions at all, ever. So I cannot generate any void rifts ever. So if I cannot kill these enemies within the very short base cryo infusion duration that Skirk has, then I'm screwed. Thankfully, though, Skirk is really strong, so there's no problem so far. Although I definitely don't get the cryo resonance in this domain, so I don't have 90 crit rate here. I just have 75. I wonder if we can get anything from the standard banner here. I don't know. I'm just itching for some wishing. I was just itching to wish. What's our pity at? 50. Okay, 54. Yeah. So now we're at 64 because we just did a 10 pull. 74. Nope. Going a hard pity. Alright, whatever. There's our 5-star. 84. This is 84. Okay, let's count. Oh! Okay, I finally have Amos bow for my Ganyu that I'm... that I just an hour ago got the permanent replacement to. Right? I just an hour ago I got and raised the character who will most likely who is most likely the absolute reason why Ganyu will be forever benched. And now, okay, my problem is I actually don't know which is better between Amos and First Great Magic. All I know is that Chaska's weapon is better than First Great Magic and is better than Amos. But between First Great Magic and Amos, I have no idea. That apparently Hunter's Bow, or no, not Hunter's Bow, what's it called? Hunter's Path, you know, Tainari's signature weapon is better on Ganyu than Amos is for melt teams. And all-rounder, Chaska's signature bow is now Ganyu's best bow. That's all I know, but I don't know between First Great Magic and Amos. Finally have Amos. Don't know how to feel about that. A little bit late. A little bit late. All right. Here's the worst part about it too. Here's the worst part. Okay, so I got First Great Magic on oh God, I keep forgetting between Linny and Lynette. Linny's initial run, his first banner, and Linny was released together with a Yelan rerun, and guess what Yelan's signature bow is? I'm sure you can see it. This literally right here. Now, okay. At that time, the epitomized path wasn't like 0 out of 1 yet. It was 0 out of 2. But the reason why the reason why I have 2 of them is not because I lost the 50-50 twice and then I got First Great Magic on that banner. No. It was before that. There was at some point way before that, there was a Venti and Yelan banner, I believe. I could be wrong. Oh no, not Venti. Hu Tao and Yelan banner. Yeah, there was a Hu Tao and Yelan banner at some point. And then I wanted Homa. And I got Homa. But only after Aqua Simulacra. That was my first Aqua Simulacra. And at that point, I already raised Aqua Simulacra. I thought like I would just run it with Ganyu and like, sure, okay, whatever. right? We had something, right? At that point, I was still like switching between Hamayumi and Prototype Crescent, and then I got Aqua Simulacra trying to go for Homa, and then I was like, okay, it's just as good. It's just barely better than these two, right? Because these two are situational. This one is like if my energy, what was this again? If my energy was full, if I didn't use my burst, I got the bonus. And this one was like I had to target a weak spot every time, right? Okay, every 10 seconds. This one was just like all the time, right? There's all the time bonus. As long as I was near enemies. As long as I was near enemies. And then at some point, yeah, the Linny got released, and I believe 4.0. And then it was a Yelon rerun as well. So then there was the first Great Magic and Aqua Simulacra. And I was like, well, if I lose the 50-50, then it's not a terrible bow. I would just get my second copy of Aqua Simulacra. I'm like, it's not, it's, there are worse things. And then, I lost 50-50. And then like my next bow was the first Great Magic. And I was like, thank God. Well, whatever, right? Especially, like, thankfully at the time, there weren't as many characters that I was after. We didn't get power creep after power creep after power creep just yet, so I wasn't starved for primos, so that's why I like decided to go for it, even though it wasn't even much of an upgrade. It was barely an upgrade. and about a year down the line, Chaska's bow, then power crept first Great Magic, and or Amos for, and or Hunter's Path for Ganyu's best bow, and now I finally got Amos bow, and like. Is there a need to? I mean, I still want to raise it. I still want to raise it. What is my crit ratio with this bow on? Still pretty good, actually. Really, really good, actually. Still pretty good. Okay. But yeah, we'll keep that for now. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. I guess I am happy. I mean, like, what was I like? What else would I have wanted off of the standard banner, I guess? Oh, you know what? No, dude. What would have been better would have been Jade Spear. Jade Spear would have been better. Because I'm not on my first account, I'm on my second account. Second account, Arlecchino is on White Tassel. Jade Spear would have been way better. Jade Spear would have been a massive upgrade to my Arlecchino on this account. But it is what it is. Still yet to got Amos bow. Who do you have Ganyu? No one really wants Amos bow at this point. Like, not even Ganyu. Not even the character that it's supposed to be for. Okay, I don't need to get teapot stuff. Okay. Alright. Oh, wait. Abyss. Okay, that's quest-related stuff. Quest-related stuff. Quest-related stuff. Okay, any other achievements? Nope. Oh, right. Avatars. I got new characters. Sure. Alright, time to actually switch. My alarm's gonna go off in 15 seconds from now. Better than Skyward Spine? Oh yeah, definitely. Well, nowadays Skyward Spine isn't as useless as it used to be. Because, like, you can actually... Skyward Spine is actually decent on Escoffier. It's not amazing. You'd still be better off with Missive Windspear and or Fav Lance. But Skyward Spine's not bad. I think Skyward Spine is actually okay on... I think Skyward Spine is actually okay on Shenhe. I think. It's not great. Again. Yeah, it's not great. But it's not bad either. I have Ganyu and she's on Aqua Simulacra. Oh my god. That's like my Ganyu from like... 2 years ago? Whenever Linny was released. No, a little bit before when Linny was released. I still remember, man. Like, I still remember those days when like I was constantly going back to Liwe because there's like we didn't have super tanky enemies yet back then. The tankiest, like right next to a teleporter enemy that I could think of at the time was the Ruin Guard here. Wait, no, here. The Ruin Guard here. That I could easily like reset as long as I didn't kill it. I still remember those days constantly teleporting to that teleporter, trying to test out between test the difference between Aqua Simulacra, Prototype Crescent, and what was the other, Hamayumi. Man, those were the days. Much simpler times is what those were. Honestly, I miss it. I miss it. I miss the simpler times. Okay, I've already condensed my resin. Okay. I guess I don't need to farm anything else on this account. At the very least, though, Aqua Simulacra is a decent, it's a decent weapon for like full support Ganyu. You know, like just swap to Ganyu, press E, press Q, etc. Like, and that's it. Like it's okay. Like it's a good stat stick for Ganyu, for full support Ganyu. And because of the high crit damage, it makes it so much easier to God, I swear, this thing I can easily see myself misclicking the wrong thing here. It makes it also easier to build Ganyu. $320? Huh. When did that happen? Oh no, yep, there's the problem I was talking about. In case we didn't, in case we couldn't kill these guys before Skirk's base infusion was up. I wonder if Skirk's special burst has iframes. I love how instant this is. It's so convenient. I love it. Why did it take 5 years to do this? Why? I feel like this is something that a game developer should be able to implement on like as like the first within the first 1 or 2 updates of their game. All right, switching. Wait, why do I have an achievement? Oh. Okay. What do I need? Oh yes, that's right. I still don't have materials for don't have enough materials to max out Skirk on this account. I think I might need like 1 or 2 runs for Skirk's books. Oh, I'm full. Okay. They're making good changes. I'm all for it. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. Really, like truly. But it's just like, why did it take so long though? Right? Like at this point, I feel like I've wasted so much time over the years of having to deal with without those changes. Like okay, sure, it's like them adding it now is gonna save me lots of time. Lots of time for the future. Better late than never, I guess. Yeah, yeah. It's low-key iffy just knowing how much money they make. That's that's true. That's true. Like, and you're like, okay, well, it's a gacha game, right? But like, here's the thing though, it's a AAA gacha game. You have no idea how much money they make. Okay, I also have to farm a little bit of Shenhe's talents today. Who is taller, by the way? Hang on. Is Skirk actually taller? So Ganyu's height is a little bit... Okay, I'm gonna put Ganyu's like top of her head over this blue line here, over there in the background. Skirk. Skirk is taller. She's not a Lumine character model. Okay, Skirk, Escoffier is about the height of Ganyu, and Farina's a little shorter actually. Skirk is taller. But despite that, she's not the usual like tall female character model. Like she's not like the Jean character model. Oh, I actually did not need this one. I actually did not need this one last farm here. But okay. They're funding a nuclear plant so that they really have different priorities. Expensive orchestra concerts. Yeah. They were developing a brand is what they were growing. They were growing a brand. But yeah, I get it. I understand. It's their money. They made it. We gave it to them. I understand. But won't dish out a few thousand on developers to prove the fee. Yeah, that's true. But I also understand, like, the thing is, though, like, I wonder why they're so allergic to, like, changing something and then, like, hey, this was the wrong change to make, so we're changing it back. Right? Like, right? Especially if it's, like, it's, like, it's, as long as it's not, like, it's a quality of life thing, right? I don't think people would be mad at them for, like, changing something to say that, hey, this was a quality of life change, we think this would be better, and then like later on they decide that it wasn't better, so they're gonna change it back. I don't think people would be mad at them for it, right? As long as it's not multipliers. It's not multipliers, it's not a character kit, it's not character design, right? I think it would be fine if they started doing stuff like that. I understand like why they're like that, why they're so like scared to change anything. But as long as it's not multiplier numbers, I think it's fine. They should try things out, in my opinion. I never thought I'd have to go back to Enkanomiya. Never ever thought I'd ever have to go back to Enkanomiya. But hey, here I am, 2025. Farming for Shenhe. Okay. Anyway, I'm a few minutes late to work. I'm gonna have to stop here for now. Oh god, it just... Oh, wow. Straight to the boss fight, huh? Can I hide? Oh, I cannot climb on this thing. Oh my god, hang on. I can't. Okay, well, anyway, I'm a few minutes late to work. So, for those of you who need help building your characters, accounts, or making a decision which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. If you guys want my personal opinion, you can ping me over there. My name's Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Take care.